Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to review a film with the name of Pompeii. Pompeii is directed by a guy by the name of Paul W.S. Anderson. Paul Anderson has directed a few of the Resident Evil films, and he also directed Death Race, and I believe he also did Three Musketeers, a few years ago. And it stars actors and actresses by the name of Kit Harington, Carrie-Anne Moss, Emily Browning, Adele Akanoni Agbaji, and forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, he's a foreign actor, Jared Harris, and Kiefer Sutherland. And if you don't know if you don't know the story of Pompeii, Pompeii is about this ancient city that, a volcano erupted and pretty much was destroyed by lava. So the city of Pompeii, this ancient city, destroyed by lava. That's pretty much the story of Pompeii, and that's what this movie revolves around. It's pretty much this sort of, I guess you could say, this romantic drama, and then I don't want to spoil too much, but then the last 30 minutes or so sort of develops into, I guess you could say, into the sort of disaster movie. But it revolves around the main character of Kit Harington. He's a slave, and he's thrown into the cell of Atticus's character. I'm just going to call him Atticus since I can't pronounce his name. But to the cell of Atticus's character, and they're in a cell together, and they're pretty much trying to fight for their freedom in this sort of coliseum or gladiator setting where you have to fight to the death, and if you survive, you'll be set free. And then later on in the film, the volcano erupts out of nowhere, and then everyone else is pretty much trying to run for their lives and save themselves. And then there's also a romantic vibe with Emily Browning's character and Kit Harington, and then falling in love and that sort of thing. It's kind of the gist of the film. That's the plot of the film titled Pompeii, directed by the director by the name of Paul W.S. Anderson. Overall, my thoughts and opinions review of this film, I really enjoyed Pompeii. Solid 10 out of 10. A really cool film. I like how it starts off being a very romantic drama. You have hints of the volcano every now and then. But overall, I felt that it was a very solid, dramatic piece of work. You have, the relationship between Kit Harington and Emily Browning. You have their relationship. She is actually supposed to marry, the king, Kiefer Sutherland's character. So you have that, sort of element going on. So, and she wants to be with him, but she's not supposed to because she's supposed to have an arranged marriage with the king, and I like that sort of thing. I kind of like the whole period, period setting, the clothing. I thought it really worked for this film by the name of Pompeii. Character-wise, I liked the character of, Kiefer Sutherland, who played the king. He played a great sort of villain or villainous character, a character that, the kind of characters you hate, but they're playing a great role. Kiefer Sutherland played a great sort of villainous king that was always trying to deceive people and always just trying to do bad things. I really enjoyed him. A character I didn't expect to see was the actor by the name of Jared Harris from the AMC television series by the name of Mad Men. He's a British actor. I really enjoyed him. I really didn't expect to see him, so that was really cool seeing him in this role. Carrie-Anne Moss, plays Trinity from the Matrix films in the Matrix trilogy. Really enjoyed seeing her. I really haven't seen her in too much. It was cool to see her after all these years. I'm not really too familiar with her besides Matrix. My favorite character in the film, though, besides everybody else, was actually Atticus's character. The actor's name is Adewale Adekunle Agbaji, and forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong. I had to write it down, that way I could do my best. Anyways, he plays the character of Atticus, the other one that's trying to fight for his freedom in the cell that him and Kit Harington are in together. I loved his character, loved his personality, loved his motives, always wanting to be free. The best scene, major spoiler coming up, the best scene is actually his death scene, where he holds his fist up in the air, just like this, and he holds his fist up and he says, I believe he says, for all those about to die, I am free. There are some great quotable lines in this film. He has several, where he tells the character that killed, Kit Harington's parents, the slave's parents, says, a gladiator and a slave can now be looked at as equals. Another quote that he says shortly before, slitting the guy's throat, stabbing right up through the neck and jaw of once again, the character who Kit Harington's parents. There's some great quotable lines. Overall, as I said, drama was good, and then we have the action portion of the film where the lava erupts. We have these sort of like comets, these flying rocks towards the ground, lava erupting buildings falling down, a flood comes, some great sort of disaster and action scenes that overall I thought worked really well in the film. The effects were great, the action was great, and overall just really cool stuff. Overall, I really enjoyed Pompeii. I thought that it was just a great film. I love the ending of the film. We have this ending where, major spoiler kind of, we have this ending where even though everyone dies, it's still somewhat a sentimental ending, I felt, where and obviously, this part of the story may not have happened in the true story, but in my opinion, I don't really care how close it gets to the source material. As long as I'm given an entertaining trip, I'll be satisfied and delighted, right? But I love the whole sentimental vibe that we get, where these two people, fall in love, and they can't escape from this volcano, so they accept their defeat and get burned alive, and then it shows, their carcasses or their ashes at the end after the entire ancient city, Pompeii, gets destroyed. I love that whole, plot at the end. It's very sad, but I think it worked really well for the film. That's my opinions on the sort of, action drama disaster film by the name of Pompeii. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below. I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.